One of the things that we've delivered out of our region for a great council that we work with is the Cheshire West and Chester Council Impact Programme. The client were working towards the strategic objectives, and although they had the senior team setting direction, they realised that really quite pivotal were the frontline managers who were going to drive that change and were going to deliver it through the people that they were actually managing. So what they wanted to do was to empower their frontline managers and help their managers really understand the impact that they could have, hence the title, and make them feel like they were not a small cog and they could actually make some real changes and give them the tools that they needed to do that. So the programme itself fit around 4 modules, starting with self as a manager, looking at managing individuals, managing teams, and then at an organisational level, the impact that the managers could have. And it interweaved activities that the organisation wanted to include. So it was a collaboration really. So they had a kick-off event with a director from the council. They started off with an activity that they were going to do to help raise their self-awareness that fed into the programme, and they went through the 4 modules and then played that back to the organisation at the end. What was really effective about this particular solution, there were a couple of things, one of which was understanding what the strategic objectives were for the council, our counterparts, because we worked really in partnership, our team, our learning team and the council's learning team, the council team actually got in touch with the managers and said, you know, this is what we need to achieve, what is it that you think you need? So they actually got feedback from the managers themselves to find out what they wanted from the management development programme, which made it a really, really big success because we could work together to really fit what they needed in there. We aligned it to their values and their vision, etc., and that made a big difference because everything that the individuals were doing were in the context of Cheshire West and Chester Council, so that learning piece was accelerated. And actually, the proof was in the results that they actually have a waiting list of people who want to go on the programme now because feedback is so good internally about the programme itself. What was great with this particular programme is we worked quite closely with their team, and we'd got the strategic objectives, we understood what they were trying to achieve, so we worked together to design the 4 modules, and we opted because our stakeholder really wanted the managers to feel that they could make a difference, and she had a concept in her head of dropping a stone in a pond and the impact that can have and how that ripples out. So we decided therefore to use that as the theme and start with self, then move on to how we manage individuals, then team and the organisation wide. So it just really fit with that message that she wanted to have. There weren't particularly hitches as such, but some of the things that we learnt along the way around how to make the logistics work, because we'd got their internal activities and we wanted to give them some interesting things to start thinking about early on and making sure that became part of the programme. Just the logistics around that were things that we learnt and developed. We've delivered this to approximately, probably up to about 200 people at the moment, and the council also have offered the option now to one of their partners. So we've been delivering that to another organisation as well that I really, really closely work with, Cheshire West and Chester Council. So it's growing. There were lots of learning outcomes that were very much linked to the organisation's strategy and objectives, and helping the managers really understand a bigger picture, what they can do and the impact. But even at a very sort of fundamental level, the feedback that we got around the kind of tools that they can use and how they can apply them and the things that they are actually putting into practice in the workplace coming out of the training have shown that we've had some great impact straight away, that people are able to use apply what they've learnt. Well, interestingly for Cheshire West and Chester Council, like a lot of organisations at the moment, particularly in public sector, they have a big apprenticeship levy to think about how they spend that and how they develop their people using the levy as well. So we're working with them to help them understand what they can do with the management around how they utilise the levy, again in line with what they're trying to achieve, and what does that mean for the impact programme now, and how should that sit alongside that, so it's an interesting time. Yes, they are, which, you know, we're really pleased, and we've really enjoyed working with them, and the feedback on how we work together has been very positive, hence us being asked to talk to them about the apprenticeship opportunities that they've got now.